Welcome to the So You Wanna Get Fat podcast. I am your host, not your typical chef, Brian Tsao.
Frenchy.
Justin Whang.
Jordan, his worst enemy.
Welcome to the Fat Cave, everybody.
Bro, you got like, six cameras going on right now. I'm not sure where to fucking look. Like, we got the big one over there, we got that one over there, and then I got this one over here.
So I have named this the Fat Cave because we were talking about Batman and Robin. And you know what came to my mind is that I'm definitely Batman. Okay, but I don't think you're a Robin, because you're number one, you didn't want to be Batman because you were concerned people were going to call you Fat Man. But I think I'm definitely Batman. I don't think you're a Robin though. You're not.
No, definitely not Robin.
More of a Nightwing. This guy is my Robin.
Yes, he looks like a Robin.
At least it's Robin.
He just gave you the look.
Listen here, Dick Grayson.
He just gave you the look like, what do you mean by that?
I think you're more of a Nightwing, or maybe even like a Commissioner Gordon.
No, I'm the early days of Alfred, OSS.
Oh, the original Alfred?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what Alfred?
I was gonna say Alfred. You wouldn't be an Alfred like Alfred as people know him. We would be whatever the opposite of that is. But the old days of Alfred.
No, there's different.
Come on, you want me to be a villain, don't you? You want me to be Bane. You want me to be... Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, anyway, how's everyone doing?
Oh, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
The last episodes that we tried to film, I accidentally slept through it.
Yeah. So Whang was supposed to be here early in the week to do this episode, and
Wait, Monday?
Yeah, this past Monday.
Yeah.
Wait, was that this week?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's so much has been going on.
That feels already like last week.
Yeah, 100%. So much has happened. We just finished filming a video for the Trio Chef Maker.
Are you gonna bring up Monday night?
What happened Monday night? Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh my God, that happened.
Wait, did I miss some crazy shit by not coming?
Well, we're not going to give all the full details, but we were at a gala for Crohn's colitis, and we were part of the auction process to raise money.
Let's just say it didn't go as expected.
But it is all for the greatest of causes. It's better than $0. I'm just happy to be there.
Mm-hmm. I am so happy to be here.
Oh, and so like what happened had nothing to do with it being Crohn's colitis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because as soon as you were going in that direction, I was like, oh, okay. It's like some shit went down.
No. The event was for Crohn's.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Crohn's colitis, I had a little issue today at the end of our shoot.
This motherfucker was sweating by the end of our shoot.
He was what?
He was whispering to me. He's like, bro, I gotta drop a real shit right now.
Where were you guys that it was like an emergency and he couldn't do anything about it?
Downstairs. We were filming downstairs for the Trio Chef Maker thing.
I mean, you could just pause it.
Well, we were like on. No.
We were on a time schedule to get the restaurant open, so we had to get.
Yeah. So the restaurant needed to be open at 11:30, and we were running to like 11:10 at that point. The video was almost done too. Like literally only needed 10 more minutes, but like 10 minutes in production time is like half an hour, right? So I think Paul is just. I'm like. He's like, just a little longer. Like my toilet's upstairs. So
basically, we're gonna be seeing that advertisement, and you're just gonna be sweating bullets through the whole fucking thing.
You could see me. I'm like,
and they're gonna have you do a revision. It's like, hey, can you do it again, but like not sweaty?
The energy.
Well, there was definitely like this urgent energy towards the end of it.
That stress energy that you need when you can't trust a fart.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, Blondie's gonna love this episode.
Oh God.
But yeah, a lot has gone on for me. Actually, Jordan, I have some clips for you to show right now. I went to see Tool last week in Pennsylvania, and you weren't here yet, so calm down.
Yo, you stay going to shows that aren't in New York.
I was here and I didn't get an invite.
Because I got an invite from someone else. I can't get invited to someone and be like, hey, by the way, can I bring Frenchy as well?
I would.
You did.
I would bet you that they would say, we would love to have.
That was my +1. I was someone else's +1. I only got invited because some chick bailed on him.
Excuses.
Damn, this is like some real talk show shit.
Yeah.
And then I had the fucking NYC marathon last Sunday. That was bananas. It's been a crazy few weeks, man. But for good reason. It's been a lot of fun. Let's go into the first segment of today, which is viewer comments. We have done many viewer questions at the end of videos, but we have been getting lots of really great comments that I want to show on the podcast. So the episode that just came out was the Pink Sauce finale, you know, and it's the first.
I actually watched it.
Did you?
I did.
So do you recall the part where we started talking about Batman and all that? Oh, I don't want to be Batman,
right?
And, because they're going to call me Fat Man. Well, some people have already left comments, such as we were like, you're like, oh, I'm afraid of being called.
I feel like French is about to learn a really important lesson about being online.
Yeah.
So here we go. You were like, I don't want to be Batman because they're going to call me Fat Man. So then they're like, Slavin, toss me a spare batarang.
Okay.
Let's see. That wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad.
It seems that Frenchy has forgotten about the phrase round robin. Don't think he can escape. I don't think he can escape the fat jokes as either Fat Man or Round Robin. But we stress that you are not Robin.
I'm not Robin.
There's definitely people right now coming up with like a list of fat names for every single Batman-related character.
Then if I'm going to be fat, let me be a villain.
Yeah, so which villain would you be? The Penguin?
Before that word came out your mouth, people had started typing that.
No. Listen, I like the updated Penguin. With Colin. What's his name?
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, something
Is
like
that
that.
him?
Yeah.
But he was in the newest Batman, the Batman. With fucking shiny boy.
Robert Pattinson.
Who was in the Twilight movies.
That was Colin Farrell? Who was
No,
the Penguin?
Colin.
That's not. No, it wasn't.
No, the guy who played Penguin. He was in a fat suit, but it was what other movies was he in? He was in.
I remember that Penguin being fucking awesome, but now it's bothering me. I gotta look it up.
He was in SWAT. He was in the remake of Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was actually pretty good. Didn't get the credit it needed.
Really? I didn't see it.
No, it was Colin Farrell.
It was Colin Farrell. Okay, yeah. I love Colin Farrell.
Jesus
He's the man.
Christ.
Yeah, he also played Bullseye in a very bad version of Daredevil.
Oh God, not that one.
Anyway, just wanted to show you that. So, Frenchy, as
Is that the worst of it?
I only screenshotted 2.
Oh, okay. We're good.
There's so many. It's all anybody can talk about.
I've been called worse.
But there's also some nice fan art coming along because we keep mentioning in all our podcast episodes we need to populate.
Yes, I gave credit to the first one.
Yeah. Well, here, let's show this comment right here. So this is.
Ooh, remind me, I got to get him a t-shirt. I mean, even though he emailed it to us, I think that still deserves a.
Absolutely. All these guys will get t-shirts. So,
Okie-doke.
Tim Devine Music. I'm really glad to see you guys have taken off lately. Discovering you guys 6 months ago has been great in improving my home cooking and entertaining as hell. You've got some art incoming soon, but it's got to travel from Sydney, so it might be a little while. It's coming from Australia. And I also wrote in OMG, can't wait to get it. Pumpkin spice.
Ooh.
OMG.
But, I didn't consider the expense for people far away.
It's too late now, baby. Maybe we shouldn't have increased it to 24 shirts.
No, I'm not. For our sake, I feel bad for them because that's not going to be cheap.
Yeah. All right, so maybe we give them something else.
That's the one.
Yeah, so this is
cool.
This is Radiant Burrito, but he made this, which I think is let's see, is it? Yeah, it's all getting in there. I mean,
I like the duo. I'm not crazy about the top ones.
Yeah, I love this. This is amazing. The duo.
But listen, beggars can't be choosers, so.
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. I think it's unbelievable. Super, super cool. So.
Okay, do a zoom in on us two on the bottom there. Can you do that?
Yeah. Oops. No, that's about as much as I can zoom.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
I'll blow it up and post.
Yeah, here we go.
He hasn't learned cropping yet.
Yo, you handle all this shit, motherfucker. For real. I'm fucking tired, bro. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait, the OBS thing is recording
Hasn't
too, right?
mastered
Oh,
cropping.
good. You should definitely leave in what you just did there so people can. That is.
All right. We can't afford.
And I love that I'm taller than you.
Little victories is all Frenchy needs to boost his ego even further. All right. Lots of viewer comments to go through. Also, this past weekend, the first Guga collab video, Reacts collab, because I did a Guga collab where we made Asmongold's steak dish. Thank you to everyone. That video is performing extremely well. But this past Sunday, we just released, or of the time of this filming, we just released the Guga Reacts video where we reacted to Jack's chicken.
Oh, I just watched that.
The bloody one.
The bloody one.
We're not doing this again now.
No.
It should be red on the inside when you open it up.
But some of these comments were pretty funny because towards the end of the video, you and Guga talk about how you're going to get revenge on me. And I'm very curious to see. Listen, because
no. Guga is going to get revenge on camera. You might be able to film the consequences of my revenge. Let's just keep it at that.
Maybe I won't eat at Le Ravage today. So Tozen says, he quoted us, I'm like, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And then you were like, at our expense, always at our expense. And I just go. So I thought that was a fun little quote from a viewer, but yeah, there's another viewer that's saying, Guga and Frenchy teaming up for some revenge payback on Brian. Can't wait for that video. I am definitely anticipating when we go back to visit Guga, you guys are gonna fuck with me pretty bad. And listen, I'm ready. I know that I deserve it.
I hope you're taking me with you on that.
I am definitely
one.
taking you with us for that one, for
Because
sure.
I want to document all of that.
I love this confidence in you all of a sudden.
Well, why not?
He says he's ready.
You should take me too. I got nothing to contribute to that. I just want to eat some steaks.
Hell yeah. No, Whang. Oh my God. Do you guys want to see that? Make sure you start tagging Whang in like some Guga shit. Because that would be that would be so sick if you came with us.
Dog, I mean, I pretty much just make my steaks the exact same way I watch him make it now, since I've been watching that.
I think he's redefined the steak game.
Oh, yeah.
It's the 10,000 hour game.
Yeah.
The closer you get to that.
Yeah. The last podcast episode, I was using the example of ding dong sauce.
Oh God, no, not again.
Pink sauce lady, and I used the analogy of ding dong sauce. And Kimberly.
What the fuck did I just read there?
Is that like yum yum sauce? What?
So I was saying like, oh, if
no, read this out.
Okay, let's give context. For those who watching, if you haven't seen the last podcast episode, I give an example. If I were to start Frenchy's ding dong sauce, and you just gave me the funniest look, but it's taken off in the comments because Kimberly C2967, I for one would pay a lot of money for Frenchy's ding dong sauce.
It's inevitable now that at some point you're going to be bottling something called ding dong sauce.
100%.
It's unavoidable.
Let us know in the comments. Do you want to see Frenchy and I come out with our ding dong sauce?
I am not filming
whatever
that
it is,
one.
you know it has to be white.
Coming at you real soon.
So Brian Collier, 7120 says,
What, did you just get that?
Huh?
Did you just get the joke?
What? No, I got the joke.
I don't know. You always have this delayed reaction going on.
Because I am focusing on so many fucking things at one time. The cameras, my fucking notes.
There are 7 inputs in this fucking podcast.
I'm stressed out, son. And you're just like, oh, it's taking you long to get a joke. Yeah, man.
Mum and Dad are fighting again.
Read this.
Oh, this is where we first mentioned about the MyHeritage DNA test we're going to do for you. We're still waiting for results. If Frenchy's DNA test comes over 5% English, Brian has to market a ding dong sauce.
Looks like you're making ding dong sauce.
No, the fucking results aren't out yet.
They're not?
Oh no, they will be because the results
will
will come out this Sunday. This episode comes out the following Thursday. Yeah. So yes.
How would you feel about being 5% English? Is that a good or
Way
bad
more.
thing? But do you want it?
I don't want it.
It's confirmed. You will see on this Sunday's episode, he has a lot of Scottish and English and Welsh in him.
Oh, okay. My condolences.
You can't count the Welsh though, because the Welsh are French people who immigrated to that area.
Are you more English than French?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like.
But that's the thing, because the bubbles overlap and they never it overlaps all of France, but they don't mention France, which is weird in the explanation.
That is true. But he is predominantly Italian.
No.
Yeah. You're like 39%.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. When I went to France, the best thing I ate was Italian food. Like the French food I had, the French food I had in France was garbage.
Where did you go?
I was in Paris, and there was a place in southern. It was a place in southern France. I don't remember what it was called. That was where I had. I know how I said I had some escargot that just tasted like boogers. That was in southern France.
Was it the size?
See, almost done with viewers' comments. There's some nice ones here. I just wanted to shout out some nice people. You know, it's nice to get these nice comments. Dagon 7259. Honestly, what's amazing is how you started by yourself and just gained viewers over time. And after you've somehow been able to find someone that not only has such a strong chemistry, they're in the same industry as you, but they're also able to hang out and record videos regularly. Man, you've really lucked out with Frenchy.
Okay, we need some background music for that.
And then I did say he lucked out with me.
So people are paying attention.
People are paying attention. Look, thank you, Chef. I appreciate everything you do, your videos, to your band. You've helped me so much. I have severe depression. I don't eat most days. Some days it's hard to breathe. And you and Frenchy helped me so much. Thank you for everything you do. I'm so glad things are moving up. I've seen the changes, the ups and downs, and you've made an amazing change. So I just put out a video talking about that.
Are we inspirational?
I think so, and I really feel bad for these people.
No, I'm gonna say, like, sometimes I get comments like that, and with the kind of content I make, I'm always like, really? Like, this is like this video about cum and shit has turned your life around? But with you guys, it makes sense for people to feel that way about it.
No. My adult children are going, what the fuck?
Yeah, real. So it's official. This channel is going to be rebranded to the SYWGF podcast channel. So episodes will come out weekly as they have been, and this will no longer be Chef Brian Tsao Raw. This venture with you, buddy, has been really taken off, but also at the same time, such a blast.
You don't need the Raw anymore.
Don't. I just have you now, baby. Okay, Alex G. I actually met this guy at the shop. I happened to be there. I happened to be walking in, and he was sitting there eating. And Mission Sandwich is 100. Congrats on the good news on your shop, and can't wait for the new version of this channel. This is why I wanted to put it on, not only because I met Alex, but I like this hashtag. Get me fat. Pretty sick hashtag.
I was expecting a trademark.
Oh yeah.
Can you trademark that shit?
It's the fact that you're constantly just chiming in with trademark.
You do it all the time. Do you not realize you do that all the fucking time?
Yeah, well, because I've had to.
Let's see. I have two more comments I want to share on this. So I found you on YouTube recently, and your videos, especially with Frenchy, crack me up. You guys should do a meet and greet or do the podcast live from Le Rivage one day. I work in Midtown occasionally, and I need to get over there to try that onion soup burger, which I thought I invented during the original COVID lockdown. Well, no, we have the original right here. But what do you think of that, buddy?
First of all, it's Le Rivage, masculine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what, the original, he invented it?
No, he thought he invented the French onion soup burger.
Dude, I invented this a long time ago.
Yes.
No, actually, I didn't. I
repurposed your dad's burger.
My dad's recipe.
So it wasn't even you, it was your dad.
Yeah. But his, like, we went through this. Like, he put too much shit in it. It was like a meatball.
Yes. It was like a...
So I made the version of his burger that I've always wanted.
Gotcha.
There you go.
What did he put in it?
He overworked the meat and put too much shit in, onions and breadcrumbs and parsley.
Basically making a meatloaf.
He made a
burger.
meatball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're talking about.
But I wanted to show this comment because we've talked about this idea of doing a meet and greet, a fan meet at Le Rivage.
Hence where the doors might come in handy.
You guys call it a meet and greet, like MEAT?
Oh shit! Oh my god! Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! All right.
Whang the man.
Whang bringing the heat right now, baby. But we could definitely do some kind of meet and greet. Let us know in the comments below if this is something
we're gonna do a butcher block, and we're gonna do like medieval shit.
And what we should offer is the dish we made today with.
Oh, that's it. Medieval, so heavy metal music background, and we do like there's no fork and knife, and the meat we're eating
Whang,
is
would
like,
you attend this as a special guest?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the dish you made?
We did lamb porterhouse that we did an herb crust on and served it with the classic Le Ravage ratatouille. And we served it with 2 sauces.
The lemon? No.
The mustard.
The mustard. The mustard sauce and the red wine sauce.
Yes, so we served it with 2 sauces, and it was fucking phenomenal.
I mean, you two devoured it.
Yeah, we devoured.
Wait, Jordan didn't get it.
For a little bit. I don't even like lamb, and it smelled really good. I've been dead hungry since.
Holy shit, I just realized we left nothing for Jordan.
Oh my, wow, we are.
Jordan, did you eat yet?
No.
Yeah. We are serious pieces of shit. We're,
All right, bear in mind, I've been going since 4 o'clock UK time yesterday.
Oh shit.
I got here at what, about 9 o'clock?
I fed you last night.
Yeah, that is the first thing I've had since the day before
well,
yesterday.
we are all gonna go. We'll do a Feastie Boy segment. We'll go downstairs. We'll all have like a proper lunch and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes, please.
100%. But wow, I feel like a piece of shit. We didn't give you anything.
I'm sorry, but I had to leave in a hurry.
Okay, so let us know in the comments if we were to do a meet and greet. You know, let's say sometime in the winter. Would you guys?
Oh no, and we gotta sell the meat M-E-A-T.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm gonna make a note of that right now.
Oh, I see it already.
I'm just picturing typing the word meat and that's it.
Okay, cool. So let us know if you guys are down for it. Let us know in the comments. If we see enough positive reaction, we'll start planning for it in Q1 of 2024.
Well, depending on the size, we have to either limit the size.
Oh, it's definitely limited.
Or we have to dedicate behind the green door or downstairs.
What I think it should be is we do a little mixer up here.
Mm-hmm.
We put a rope in front of the room so everyone can see the room. They can't come in, but they can see
And we're
the
live?
room. Yeah,
Here?
we're live. Yeah.
And then we can rotate guests?
Yeah, something like that, you know?
Oh, like
Yeah.
a stream?
Yeah, like a live stream.
That's a sick idea.
Yeah.
Hey, for an amateur, I'm coming up with great ideas.
Dude, you've been coming up with the ideas, buddy. I don't care what anyone says. You are one of the sharpest fucking techs I know.
Well, there's always a first, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
So I have one more comment I want to show, and I'm kind of glad you guys are here for this. Like, you have definitely been like really my first YouTube buddy who really helped me out in the early days of my career. You have been there before my channel was even.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Justin was the first guest you actually ever had on the channel. Definitely one of the first with Sandwich Sunday.
And not on Sandwich Sunday, but I will say this for sure. You were definitely one of the first guys, even when my channel was tiny, you let me collab with you on your channel.
Yeah, I had you on the horror movies one. We were talking about like the best horror movie kills.
Kills, yeah.
And he brought the Jason X
one.
freezer kill.
Yes.
Sick as fuck.
I will never forget that you were there for me on that. But now it almost feels like this full circle moment. And shout out to Amy Ernst, my amazing assistant, head of my operations at my shop. You fucking rock. But you, buddy, you really like fucking helped me get through an incredibly hard time. So this video I just posted on Chef Brian Tsao Raw, the final life update video, I talk about how the shop is finally turned around, how this channel is finally views are up on my main channel. We're doing this new venture together. It's never been more fun, never been happier. And how all this started was reacting to Uncle Roger video.
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna cry.
I like how you guys ranged from shitting on each other hardcore to being really emotional and nice to each other.
Well,
it's very bipolar.
We really bonded over reacting to Uncle Roger. But Uncle Roger videos, reacting to Uncle Roger videos was also what caused my channel to first take off. Well, Mr. Nigel himself commented on the video. And he said,
"Hell yeah.
Congrats. You guys are so entertaining." He watches the podcast, buddy.
No.
Yes. And he also,
Uncle Roger.
Yeah, I see it. I knew you would love this. I want you to know that. I want you to know.
Face.
Yeah. He also hit me up on Instagram, and he was like, "Yo, congrats, you're doing good shit." So,
you can tell I'm happy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like I got that chicken skin.
I'm very glad you guys are here to witness this moment, to see him react to this, because it really, really meant a lot.
Well, he's
been very supportive of me too. You know, he's always told me, I've always said to him, like, thank you for not demonetizing my videos, you know, and he's like, dude, you help me stay relevant. Like, he's super supportive of my channel.
It's really cool because like some guys like if you like react to them a lot and that kind of thing, and it's like your reactions aren't just like, oh, that's cool, like you added so much to the videos, but some people don't take that the right way,
right?
And so like it's cool that he like was totally on board with that.
100%.
Well, it's like last time I came out, not last time, when I came out last year, and we went to Beauty in Essex with him, Matt, and Gemma.
If you still have that photo, please put it up on the screen now.
The one of all of us, or the one me getting him to pull devil horns after we listened to Cannibal Corpse in the car.
Oh my God, you have that photo?
Yeah, I've got that photo.
Oh, I introduced...
It's on my wall.
Yeah,
it's on my wall in my office.
Introduced Nigel to Cannibal Corpse in the car.
Oh,
what did shit! Have it. Look at the shirt I'm wearing.
What did Nigel think of Cannibal Corpse?
He was just like...
So that means he didn't like it, but he's trying to be cordial.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks to you on that. I won 50 quid out of a bet on that, so
really?
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. Well, so we spoke about the meet and greet. Let us know in the comments. Thank you, Nigel, for your support. Thank you to all the amazing viewers and you guys helping this podcast really exceed any expectations I think either of us had. So it's been going very well.
Back to Uncle Roger.
Yeah.
Thank God we read the goddamn notes.
Yeah.
Well, that you read the goddamn notes.
Hey Nigel, you know, Le Ravage is located right in Times Square. You wanna come over and hang out?
Not in Times Square.
Well, right next to Times Square. Off of Times.
It's close enough where it's not annoying to come here. It's far enough rather where it's not annoying to come here.
Yeah, but like this block is like a little oasis. It doesn't look like.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, but
I don't advertise Times Square.
I will never do it again. I promise. Do you want me to remove this bit out of the?
No. That's what I noticed about the episode that I actually watched today. That it's seamless. There's not much like interruption. It's like, and there's no dead air, and it's constant. And I'm like, oh wait, so wasn't watching myself. I was watching the show, which was like,
right now we're just stroking our own cocks in front of the camera, like.
But I mean, to be fair...
Damn, you guys should save that for OnlyFans.
But I mean, to be fair, when I go through and edit, you know, the podcasts and everything, there is very little dead air. There's like the occasional moment where like one of you says something and you can see the gears turning whilst you're trying to like figure out like, wait a minute. Or like trying to catch on, or, you know, someone's phone goes off. But honestly, I'll get like a timeline of, footage be maybe like an hour and a half long, and there'll be minimal dead air, no awkwardness all the way through it.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
But now the universe has been open in Uncle Roger, where I can actually now contemplate becoming Uncle Paul.
Possibly. I'm still chasing the
Can
Uncle
you
Brian
imagine
title.
Uncle Paul before Uncle Brian?
I'm not doing no Uncle Roger, boys. What the fuck?
Ew.
I'm not getting canceled.
Before we move on to the main topic I wanted to cover on today's podcast, and I specifically wanted you on this, I just want to mention that the Whang T collab shirt we just did closed. Did great. Thank you everybody so much. But our shirt is now available for pre-order.
Which one?
The Get Fat Tee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jordan, throw up the image.
Let me see it.
Oh, you didn't see it yet?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it, no.
Brighton, you throw up the image then.
Okay, yes. So we are off.
Oh, wait, I did see it. Yeah, it's sick as fuck.
Oh, it comes with a mug as well.
Well, there's a bundle you can order. Let's see if this is in the image.
Bundle.
Yeah, it isn't. Oh, fuck. So you can order the shirt alone, you can order the mug alone, but if you order the bundle, you get a free sticker, which is a completely different color. We're offering a sticker as well. You can buy the sticker alone, but if you get the bundle, you get a free sticker. So
I feel like we should throw in some shape or form the original picture somewhere.
What do you mean the original? Oh,
you could put it like
the karaoke photo?
Slightly transparent in the background.
Yeah, wait, let me...
Wait, so that's what you're saying into a cheeseburger?
Yeah. That's the original photo.
Beauty.
That
Oh my
needs,
God.
That needs to be in that needs to be
How old
somewhere.
is this picture?
15?
No, not... Oh,
Oh, yes.
yeah. Oh, shit, you're right. It's been a while. Is it 15? More than 10. More than 10. All right.
Okay.
Because I've been with my wife for over 10 years.
It's definitely 10 years.
And you and I met when my wife and I first started dating, before we were even married. So yeah, you're not quite 15, but definitely over 10.
Okie doke.
Regardless, I mean, this photo is kind of tells it all.
I've obviously had a few fat ears since.
All right, gents. Well, that was an absolute blast, but I want to get to the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Frenchy.
Whang's here. Why are we laying to Whang? Why are you? It's gotta be me.
What's funny is, so like you have me invite me on the podcast. Well, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about like food and stuff, and then you're like, oh yeah, so like SniperWolf, huh? I'm like, damn, I haven't really been following this that closely. I did watch Nerd's video though.
Okay, so we covered SniperWolf, right? Not very pleasant. Now, have you heard what?
Okay.
No, why'd you start giving me that?
I was like, oh, did we get attention on that?
No.
Okay, good.
Have you heard of Azzyland?
No, you know I did it. So why do you even?
Okay, all right. Whang, are you able to give us just a little synopsis before we?
I mean, so basically the synopsis of it is that Azzyland is a very similar content creator to SniperWolf. Like down to like mannerisms, appearances, thumbnails, the content they're making. And so like there's this thing where SniperWolf had made it look like Azzyland was stealing her content. And because she had such a bigger audience, people were like, oh yeah, this bitch is like ripping it off. But then there's evidence presented in this video that it's actually the other way around.
Now, this whole controversy we're about to get into with NerdCity's video, this is in addition to all the shit we covered in a previous episode. This is a complete separate thing. Like, this bitch be crazy. You know what I mean? She full of drama. You know what I mean?
SniperWolf and Azzyland hate to be compared. But of course that won't stop their viewers or even YouTube itself from lumping them together every day of their lives. Whether stuffing SniperWolf videos into Azzy's trending topic, or just playing their videos back to back and causing widespread confusion. For most of their careers, people have told them they look like sisters. They're not. And now, even friendship seems out of the question.
Always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on Azzyland.
Both are accused of lying and
So
stealing.
who's who there?
Okay, who we just saw was SniperWolf.
Oh,
okay, so she's the one saying, they look very similar too. That's the crazy thing. SniperWolf is accusing Azzyland of copying. Now let's keep watching.
Trying to be the other one.
Very interesting. I wonder who's telling the truth.
One woman is someone who nobody else seems to have anything bad to say about. And the other one,
everyone hates.
Dude, this guy's effort is 1,000-fold of what those two girls do, just in...
Dog, you don't even know the half of it. Like, NerdCity is one of those dudes where it takes him forever to release videos because he's so particular about everything, does all his editing and everything himself. Like,
and you know him personally, right?
Yeah. He, like, this was the first video. No, I mean, he had put out a video about NFTs that he'd been working on for like 2 years, finally just came out. And then this came out like a week after that. So now he's finally like getting into gear with shit again.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's content is absolutely top notch.
Are enormously successful influencers whose channels and brands and fan bases were set up to fight to the death.
You're not special for winning a game with someone who you know was never playing. She could have killed you. She had every right. You just caught her off guard tonight.
I'm loving the graphics though.
Come and join us on this episode of Nerdline as we talk.
Okay, so that's Azzyland. Now, I do want to state that this video is obviously going to be biased in some forms because they identify that they know each other. So NerdCity is obviously going to be biased towards Azzyland, right?
Okay.
But when all the facts are laid out, it's pretty fucked up. And it's just extremely concerning, and I really want your take on it. All right, buddy?
Yeah, but I can't even tell who's who.
Well, that's kind of the point.
As we talk to Azra and hear one side of this story for the very first time.
I never never really talk about this because I feel like there's something wrong with me, where to some degree I lack empathy. There are a lot of things I don't care about, things I probably should care about that I don't. Kind of like if you didn't wake up tomorrow, I also wouldn't care. I would just move on with my day. When something's useless, you throw it away. You know who else has no empathy? Psychopaths. I truly think that this is psychopath behavior.
Some similarities between Azra and Leah just can't be helped, but others were manufactured intentionally.
More plants that I'm killing.
A luscious, well taken care of plant.
Hey man, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but change it up a little so the teacher don't notice.
This
I want you to pay attention to the dates he's putting up. Okay.
Okay.
mirror.
And this is my favorite mirror. Finally got it, and it doesn't really go without.
I like mirrors.
There may never be a better example of be careful what you wish for.
Cut a piece of your hair. No clickbait or fake. Okay, guys, let me just grab the scissors. Here goes nothing.
Now, I want to make something clear. I've never watched Azzyland's content or SssniperWolf's content until recently, just to see what this is all about. And I don't fucking get either of it. I couldn't give a shit of either of their content, but that's actually not the core of the issue. It's
kind of interesting. Like, you know how I was saying before, how you do react content, but it's not like the kind of stuff they make. It's like the epitome of like what people don't like about react content, where it's kind of like you're basically just like looking at a video and not really adding much to it. You're just like, hey, here's a funny video, and here's me looking at it and saying how funny it is. Whereas
can we put this in the old man dictionary translation? Are they basically like everybody knows the Kardashians, but I'm not watching it, but that's famous enough that
big time, yeah.
And then other people are copying that look and their look, and it just keeps on.
Yes and no. You are spot on about it's the Kardashians thing. They're mega famous to a very big but specific group of people, but guys like you and I would not know this even existed, right? So you're right on that. But where it differs is Azzyland is putting out content, and then SssniperWolf is putting out pretty much the identical content with the near identical thumbnail, with the near identical title later, after the fact, and then basically accusing Azzyland of copying. That's where the fuck
But isn't everything time-stamped?
See?
Yeah,
there you go.
It is,
exactly.
But it is, but like a good chunk of people don't look that deep into it.
It's because,
especially, I think it's like like more of like a child audience too. So they're going to be even less inclined to like be like, oh, well, this came out on this and that date,
right?
But
But you guys in the tech world, use guys. But like you can take anything that's on and find a date on it when it was created, right?
Yeah, easily.
But
because you can fake it on the screen, right?
To some extent, because I did see after this video came out, SssniperWolf was saying in regards to the thumbnails being stolen. She said that Azzyland after her video came out, Azzyland changed her thumbnails so it would look like SssniperWolf copied her thumbnails. And there's not really a way to check that, because like you'll have the date the video was uploaded, but you can't see when the thumbnail was changed. You can't see like metadata changes like that.
And here's another thing though, but it doesn't change the fact that the content is near identical.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
Like it doesn't change that.
Is she that smart to think of that?
We don't know.
What do you mean?
Is Azzyland smart enough to think of that idea, to see that SssniperWolf?
I mean, it's not even a matter of being smart enough. Like, would she do that? Like,
right. And that's why we need to keep watching.
Are there forensic investigators that can prove this?
Probably.
I mean, the best you could hope for with that is like to see if the thumbnails are backed up on the Internet Archive. That's 100% something that NerdCity would have thought of and like checked before doing this, though.
There's no doubting his words because he backs it up.
Let's keep watching.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
See, here's a big thing here that he gets into that really, like, when I was watching this, made me be like, whoa, what the fuck? That voice she's doing there, it's kind of like he winds up calling it like the baby talk voice or whatever it is. So when I would hear, I don't sit around like watching SssniperWolf, but like you come across clips of her every now and again, and that voice. When I would hear her talk like that, I thought that was just like, I figured she was like Russian or some shit and had an accent like that. But apparently it's just a voice she's putting on that she was doing there like first. So she copied that inflection off of her.
Right. And they explain it. Now, I want to add to what you said earlier about the audience is very young and they don't necessarily look at the timestamps. The thing is, SssniperWolf is a significantly bigger channel than Azzyland. So people are seeing SssniperWolf's content first, and because their content is so similar, you know how at the end of a video they'll suggest another one, they'll suggest Azzyland. But because they're so similar, they will assume that Azzyland's came after.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where the conundrum comes in. But rather than SssniperWolf, coming clean about it, she's pretty much weaponizing her audience to try to like delete Azzyland from existence.
Rip hair. Who wants to clone me? Oh my gosh, she would be so evil. I know it. She'd be my evil clone. Do it! Do it! Clone me! Do it! Clone me! Do it! Clone me! Do it!
One time,
here's the thing about NerdCity too, like
Twitter.
he will sit through hours upon hours upon hours of footage to find just the moment like that ties into the theme of the video so perfectly. Like that's why it takes him forever to make a video.
That's commitment. That's fucking commitment.
He was like, "Nerd, when are you gonna make a video again?" And they were wearing neon glasses like mine. I see that sometimes. Like, I didn't invent these glasses. You can buy them. I just had to look at their account, and it was like, oh, whoa, they've got a lot of followers.
Oh shit, he has a suicidal tendencies hat on. Hell yeah.
Nice. And I clicked over to their YouTube channel, and they had 3 million subscribers.
Okay.
I click on a video, and it was like, dun, 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 dun. It's the music that I use. Or something very similar, and it was in the dark, and they had the glasses on, and it was like the beginning of one of my videos. But
we were running out of ideas.
Eu vou usar o pronome ela, porque é uma mulher que se veste de mulher, usa maquiagem de mulher, tem corpo de mulher.
They were speaking in Portuguese because they were a Brazilian channel. They clearly had taken more than just a little bit of inspiration. And I didn't speak out about it until now. I haven't mentioned it at all. When that would cross the line for me would be if they felt like so guilty about getting busted on that they wanted me to not exist anymore. And they started trying to figure out how to erase me so that they could do even better. Now, I think you experienced that last part. You've got someone who's taken inspiration from you. They switched over from just an homage account or stealing from you to feeling so guilty as an imposter of you that they don't want you to exist anymore. You have the nightmare version of what I haven't experienced.
Okay, before we go on any further, let's talk about how this applies to you and I.
Oh, this has happened to me 100 times.
Well, exactly. I think it's fair to say there's no such thing as an original dish. There's no such thing as an original song, right?
When I came out with the French onion soup burger, let's beat a dead horse. After I won Burger Bash, there were like copycats. And then when I won a second time, there were even more copycats. Right. And then much bigger successful chains were doing it. And there's nothing you can do about it.
And you have classic dishes on your menu like coq au vin and duck à l'orange and stuff like that. Like
anybody can do those.
Anyone can do those, and it's not copying per se. They're just classic, legendary dishes, right? And on the other side of the coin, I will come out and say I've copied many dishes. I have copied dishes almost to the T. For example, perfect example, David Chang's bao buns. When David Chang came out with Momofuku Noodle Bar and he came out with those bao buns, he changed the fucking landscape, and almost every restaurant, Asian or not, had bao buns with pork belly, right? Like I grew up eating bao buns, but typically with Peking duck, but it was the first time anyone did it with pork belly and made it really popular. And everyone had a version of it, and I'm pretty sure it drove him crazy initially, but you can't stop it. And that's where I truly believe that's where I learned that imitation is a great, I don't know the full quote, but the
imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad you said that with your accent too. It sounded so elegant. I could have
said it real West London if you wanted me to.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, that's an accent? I thought he was speaking another language. We need to put subtitles there. Where's the technology that subtitles come out in real time?
It's not technology, it's called Jordan Heritage. We just brought on a new editor, Mike, who's doing our, shout out to Mike, he's doing our subtitling for the clips of this podcast. Which will come out maybe next year. The Clips channel will come out next year. Anyway, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And it's one thing to copy. You're never going to stop it. But it's another thing to get into this part. And let's...
But also, before we go on, there's a whole fine line, because we've had this conversation before about the difference between copying something and taking the inspiration for something. Right. So, I mean, Paul most likely admitted here, but especially with you, Justin, and with you, Brian, and also me, as being guitarists. I don't know if you guys have found at all, but you tend to find a lot of inspiration in, you know, your favourite songs, things you listen to. You know, like you might go away, you might write something, and it won't twig to you until you know someone says, "Oh, it sounds like so and so." That you've accidentally taken the inspiration for one song and made your riff around it.
I've accidentally written other people's songs so many fucking times. I'm like, "Oh man, this riff's so fucking good." I'm like, "Oh, it's so fucking good because it's like this
like
song,
that's this
song that I already know and like."
Yeah. It happens in music all the damn time. So, like I said, it's inevitable, right? You're just simply going to project what you like and what you're inspired by. There's no stopping it. But this is where a problem happens.
Clearly, there's this other female creator who thinks I'm cool, who's taking ideas from me to something that started to mess with your head. Like, what was the difference for you?
I genuinely don't care about this. Like, anybody who knows me in real life, like, I share ideas. I like help them out. Like, I would even have sent her the Photoshop files as long as she was like nice about it. Like,
remember to always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on Azzyland.
when this person started pointing fingers towards me and started bullying me and trying to bring me down.
How were they accusing you? Like, what did that look like from your side of things?
It was a lot of things. At the very beginning, it actually started off with none of that happening. It was just like a few mean tweets. Which kind of painted us as like enemies when it didn't need to be like that. I don't have any enemies. So, and then it turned into taking every idea did well, but because they had more following than me, their video would just get more views. And so people would see their video first and then assume that their video was first.
That would drive me nuts.
It's more than that. It's like, you don't deserve to live because you've stolen from this person and ruined their life. I'm like, I didn't do anything to their life.
The comments were that dramatic that they were telling you to like KYS and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that bad.
You're not special for winning a game with someone who you know was never playing. She could have killed you. She had every right. You just caught her off guard tonight.
To me, I'm like, copying is not a big deal. I feel like it doesn't become as big of a deal when you're an adult, but...
It's also the difference is SssniperWolf is telling them that it's a problem. So
yeah.
It's not just that these fans notice and they're organically being like, oh, I saw SssniperWolf's video first and now I see Azzy's video and this is the same. And they're reaching their own conclusion that you had copied her.
Just looking at the thumbnails there for a second, you can see it looked like with Azzyland, like she was kept, you see like down the side she had like a little box where face was and everything. And you look at SssniperWolf's, like Azzyland is contained, maybe this is me just being super autistic and looking far too into it, but she's contained, by the looks of it, within the box, whereas SssniperWolf, it seems almost like she's taken the thumbnail and just, you know, slapped a slightly bigger box on top of it and pushed herself just far enough out.
Wait, can you go? I want to look at that now.
So no one can
go back to that?
kind of go back on it.
I see what you're saying there.
See, there you go.
Oh,
See?
Hang on.
That you had cloned.
I mean, it might be from where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
but it does look like that.
I mean, looking at the way the ones we just saw were photoshopped too, like.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, like say like you
I
were.
saw SssniperWolf's video first, and now I see Azzy's video, and this is the same.
Yeah, see, especially with that one, it's.
Wait, go back to the one where it had the pictures.
Oh, look,
of the women
look. No,
bandana
look right
tops.
here. You see where her glasses meet there?
Yeah.
Right? It's covering that space. Yeah, that does make sense.
These two both. Oh, yeah.
And they're reaching.
Because the thing is, too, like, if you're, like, say hypothetically, like.
I mean, see, on that one, it's not quite the. It's not. Actually, no. No. See, on the bottom on SssniperWolf's one, it's further zoomed in on the cheeseburger.
Right.
So even though her, you know, little stupid little margin thing at the end is slightly slimmer, I reckon if you grabbed Azzyland and blew it up so the burger was the same size, it would fit perfectly behind her.
Oh my God,
margin.
you're right. Yes, if you blew this up, this line would match up here. Huh.
That you had copied her.
What is your opinion on? Okay, let's talk about this.
You're losing me.
Is it just me being really anal and really?
No, because I mean, if you were gonna copy someone else's thumbnail, like say
you do
hypothetically speaking, let's say it was a coincidence and they just happened to come across like the same elements to use in their thumbnails. Like first off, like say I'm like searching for cheeseburger with cheese on the side of it. What are the odds that like we're gonna like pick the same image from all the ones that pop up?
Yeah.
So it would have to be one person copying the other person's thumbnails. But if one of them is like if you're in like a red box and you put yourself over the box, but your like arm is bleeding out of that frame. If I'm gonna steal your thumbnail, I would have to cover up your arm and make the box bigger and like zoom into the thing more.
Especially with older stuff. Whereas now, because we've got, especially with Photoshop, we've got like the generative AI, it'd be a lot easier to cover it up. But with older stuff, you've got. I get this with your doing your thumbnails as well. It's like I want to try and allude back to the original content,
right?
So that hopefully it'll kind of get picked up along the same lines of the algorithm. But it's I go out of the way to try and I might grab something like an element from that thumbnail, but that's like the furthest I'll go with it.
Right. I want to bring this back to Frenchy because your burger was copied so much. I mean, how does that feel for you when you see it pop up on other people's menu and they start making money on it? Because you're much older now, you're much wiser now. I'm sure you feel differently about it now than you did back then. Like, can you give us a little synopsis of what that felt in the early days and how you feel about it?
The initial reaction always like, fuck, another one. But as other chefs have told me, there are chefs who spend their whole lives, their whole career having something they created and be synonymous with that dish. I'm synonymous with a lot of dishes, like off the quiche, the onion soup. People know me for that alone. Like I have a dish that's original to me. Like that's what I do, And then sometimes it could be a running joke. It's like one trick pony. But like, okay, I've countered like, well, what's the one trick pony you're known for?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's definitely a roller coaster of emotions for sure. I mean, for myself, with my past restaurants and being known as a one-trick pony, I used to be the bulgogi taco guy. Remember when I did beat Bobby Flay, and like that was kind of the only thing I was known for the longest time. Now I kind of broke out of that because I do sandwiches.
I remember like when you were having those barbecues all the time before you opened up Mission, you had made the bulgogi and you're like, oh yeah, this is like the thing I'm known for.
Yeah. It's funny though that
why did every time you say bulgogi I think of ball gag?
think of what?
Ball gag.
The ball gaggy.
Ball gaggy. Listen, I mean I don't think we need to really know much more. I just think it's really sick that it's later in the video they really display that she's weaponizing her audience.
So in this world, is it the same problem as our world where you can't trademark shit? How do you make that yours?
So when you react to something, again, it falls under fair use. So, but this is not a scenario of...
This is not a fair use. This is
not a fair use. Right.
So this is copy paste.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Do you have any takes on that?
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Like normally, like the things you do, like specifically how like if you're reacting to a video, it'll be like you'll play their video, but then you're adding all this like new context to it. That would 100% definitely be fair use. Right. But then if it's just like if it's something like this where it's like say like someone else like they took your video and they just like took you out of it, but then copied your commentary.
Right.
That would. I don't think that would be considered fair use.
Right.
At the same time, though, it's one of those things where it's like something may not be fair use, but are you willing to go to court and like hear that out? And if you're not, then what does it matter?
It's all about money.
But it's similar with like design and copyright as well, because I know specifically with product design, it only has to be, I believe it's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it only needs to be 30% different to the original design for it to not be classed as copyright infringement or whatnot.
I think I heard something
and I
like
know
that.
music is very similar along the lines. Like there was the whole
there's been a
Ed
few
Sheeran,
cases,
Martin Gaye thing. There's a whole bloody ball game to get into.
But the internet, and that's the trap. It's like if you give it attention, then you're giving it power.
Right.
My power with all these copycats is like, well, I just don't give it attention, and it disappeared. And meanwhile, I'm still here, successful with that same product. They can also never recopy it exactly the same way I make it. I mean, I've had tons of French onion soup burgers, and they all sucked. You know what I mean?
And again, like I want to bring it back to the fact that like copying isn't inherently bad if it's coming more from an angle of like paying homage, or that's the starting point for you to find your own voice, right? So like just like with me and the bao bun and copying David Chang, along with many other chefs who did it at the time when David Chang blew up, I eventually found my own voice with my own bao bun and changed the direction and had my own identity to it. And I'm pretty sure for you too, if someone who you knew put a French onion soup burger as an homage to you and put their little spin on it, you would probably be honored by that, right? Like, I don't know, let's say Preston did something like that, right? Like you would be
but
super
I like
down.
Preston.
You like Preston, yes. But the point I'm trying to make is copy.
Now, if Bobby Flay did it, I'd be like,
no, but even like with guitar playing, if somebody asked me for advice,
listen,
on
you know
like
who
how
copied
to,
it? Sorry, but Michael Simon copied it after I'm right, and then I'm like, oh fuck, but like he has a wider audience that find him to be a nice guy and I don't really have the nicest reputation.
Well, I think that's changing a lot now.
No, but I mean, like, it's not
at the time,
not on the same level. Like, I'm not. It was never like, I never minced words.
Right.
Blondie always says I don't have a poker face. Like when I'm bored, like know right away.
Yeah, I know. And I've seen it. You've done it to me many times.
No, but you've seen it at the charity event. Like people will be talking and to my face, and I'll just walk away while they're talking, and people are like, "What the fuck?" Like, you're boring.
Oh, a taco, and then you just walked off. Yeah,
I did that the other night.
Yeah. We went back to the same taco stand like 3 times.
Look at Homer Simpson imagining the land of chocolate in his head.
No, but like if it's boring, I just like.
That's gonna get pulled as Homer Simpson fan art now.
Oh God! Yo,
another fat character.
Don't. Oh man! All right. I mean,
but yeah, like when people would ask me about songwriting advice and stuff, what I would tell them most of the time is like, find a song that you really like, learn how to play it, and then kind of like deconstruct the melody, like change notes in it and see like how that changes the vibe of the song, just like rearrange it in different things, because then you're copying it, but then it's giving you a basis for understanding how it works.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I do that a lot with my band. I'm sure you do it with your band.
And changing one note doesn't make it yours.
Well, no, I wouldn't say release that as a song.
Oh, there's a double there.
You shouldn't change one note and make it your song, but like, you change a few notes and you understand.
I know you're fucking around. I know you're fucking around, but I think what Justin's talking about is like, start somewhere, shift things around, maybe do a chord change a little later or a little earlier. You're just moving things around a little to try to find your own voice, right? Like it's just, you have to start somewhere, and typically you start with where you enjoy.
Everybody does it. Like every profession does that.
Yeah.
Like comics, they start out sounding like their favorite comics.
Yeah.
Musicians start out sounding like their favorite musicians. Right. That's normal. Yeah. That's the progress. Yeah. And then you become legit when you are looked at as an individual artist,
right? And
not the homage,
right? And to tie it back to why I brought up this video is, all right, we've established copying is fine to a degree, as long as it's going somewhere and it's not just super blatant. The problem here is SssniperWolf is accusing someone else that they're copying her when it's actually the other way around. And allegedly, okay?
Don't get sued.
Yeah, don't get sued. I like my lifestyle, please, Brian.
Yes.
Once you put the problem in writing,
then
it becomes this mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
that's why I say never communicate with texts and emails. Always call me. Don't put it in a text or email, bro.
Let's just watch a little more before we move on.
Today we're gonna be rating my lookalikes. Wait, hold up. These videos look familiar. I'm gonna have to give that one a 5.
She created the narrative that you had cloned her.
Yeah.
When it was the other way around.
Yeah, I have fans like, I guess, playing both sides and like messaging me and telling me that she's DMing them and like she's kind of like encouraging people to hate on me. I think like that's very manipulative because she's in a position of power and she knows that by messaging children that they'll be starstruck.
They'll believe her.
They'll be starstruck.
They've been deputized by her to go intervene in this and to let you know.
SssniperWolf's child soldiers.
Yeah, deputized. It's
But I hate to say it, but there's nothing original about either of them. There's been a...
Well, yes, I know. I mean,
that look.
Yeah, but also even Azzyland's content, I checked out a little bit and I don't fucking get it. Like, I could not give a shit about it. But
you know, actually, recently I saw her on Twitter. Like, she was like, as this came up, like people were kind of like giving that criticism of her content, and she had mentioned how it kind of like made her think more about what she's been doing and how she wants to like kind of evolve what she's doing. Which is like, you would never in a million fucking years hear SssniperWolf say that.
Right, very good point. Very, very good.
Then she'll be ahead of the game.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? At the end of the day, and I say this to my staff all the time, and this is something I live by, you have to constantly adapt and pivot, and just roll with the punches. There's just no other way to survival. How many times have you had to change your systems at the restaurant? Even though the core foundation of the identity of the restaurant has remained the same, management styles and new staff and all that, you constantly just have.
But you keep thinking that you dread changing the core. Yeah. You know, you try to change the surroundings and keep the core, and then sometimes the core just fucking drops from underneath you, and then oh fuck, yeah, it still works.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
I mean, you would not be here right now if you just kept on making sandwich videos and didn't try.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
good point.
It's like when you first started doing those, well, obviously, you know, we kind of got in touch over the course of the pandemic, and as Sandwich Sunday was kind of coming to a close.
Well,
what the fuck is this Sandwich Sunday?
Oh, well, actually, so it was a show I did before Pro Chef Reacts, but remember the show I was doing before?
I don't remember getting invited to that shit.
Before Sandwich Sunday?
Yeah, I tried so you didn't have to.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
I was trying fast food, so, you know, reviewing it.
I never saw any of these.
Oh, super early.
No,
it's still there. It's all still there.
That's
Really
like
old.
3 years old,
I was
3, 4 years
editing on
old
my
now.
own, and I started having him help me on. I never had you on Sandwich Sunday because it was more focused around metal people, metal guests. I was trying to tie in the world of my.
And I'm not metal enough for you?
I gotta say, all my mates
You're just enough
loved
for
it.
me.
Seeing like their metal icons and heroes just there with Brian. They're just like, they're like, oh, this is Jordan's
Yeah,
mate,
like
Brian.
you had
And
a
you got-
cast of characters on that shit.
Yeah.
Who do you have on that? Yeah,
Ben Weinman. I had the Incendiary Boys on.
Oh, we had the was it the Jake Bowen and Elliot Coleman
and Elliot Coleman. I had
fun.
a lot of cool people on there, but eventually I just kept adapting and pivoting, and I found that, like, you know, sandwiches are great, but I have a lot more to offer than just sandwiches. So I started doing. Actually, that's not even the true story behind Pro Chef Reacts. It was because everyone got COVID. It was right around Christmas. I remember it so well. And my apartment is small in New York. And my wife and daughter were sick in bed, and I didn't want to bang around in the kitchen and make a lot of noise. So I went into the basement, and I literally, this is the honest truth, I thought React's content was stupid. And look at me now. Like, it's the basis of my entire
But
YouTube
it
channel.
was quite a Hail Mary, and I remember we were sitting down, and I remember like we were sitting down on call chatting about it and saying, you know, how we were kind of on the verge of kind of, you know, just calling quits on everything.
Right.
I'd literally just left home. It's when I was there's a lot of context to me saying this, but I lived in an abandoned police station. There's a very lot of context that needs to go into that one. But, you know, I was living there, I was alone, wasn't exactly in the best place possible, and we were absolutely bricking it. And well, I mean, that video hit 1 million.
Yeah, that video recently hit 1 million.
Which was...
Well, it wasn't that specific. Oh, no, you're right.
No,
it is
it
that
was.
video
Yeah,
that
that was
popped
a
up.
Jamie
The
Oliver.
Uncle Roger reacts to Jamie Oliver's fried rice. The one where he put the
that was the very first one, right?
That was the first one that popped off. I was already doing a couple.
that was
there were a few of those that,
total.
like, I remember as soon as you started posting those, I saw them. I was like, I text you. I'm like, dog, keep on making these.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is it.
He was one of the guys that came to me and hit me up, just like you hit me up about doing a podcast with Frenchy, and now
why we're keeping Justin around. He's our good luck charm.
He is our good luck charm.
Like, yo, if you do something good, I'm just like, yo, keep doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Sound advice.
So something I want everyone, because I'm getting hungry as fuck and I'm tired.
Dog,
so
I'm thinking the same fucking thing.
But so we're gonna wrap this up really soon. But this is what I want to take away from this episode, and I don't want to watch the rest of this video. We get the gist of it. Look, copying at the end of the day is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with allegedly making accusations on someone else when, you're basically the one being a piece of shit. But ultimately, if you copy, but you use that as a means to adapt and pivot and find your own voice, man, that's how some of the greatest ideas are discovered.
It's the difference between taking inspiration from something and just stealing it.
So I would say people don't be afraid to copy something, but also all the meanwhile, try to find your own voice consistently.
Listen, that's how progress is made, is copying.
Yeah.
Look at cars.
Yeah.
Wow, should we all be driving Model T Ford still?
Right. Very good point.
They look way cooler.
Yeah, they do actually.
I have nothing else to say. Anyone have anything else to add, or are we all just hungry as fuck and we should go into a Feastie Boys segment?
We just spent like a half hour talking about French onion soup burgers, and they're down there. They're all down there.
They're right there.
I will say though, the one thing that I really don't understand as well is because I grew up just as like YouTube, Facebook, all that. It was kind of like really starting to go widespread, and there was always so much drama and everything. However, the drama is getting onto now. I've not seen anything quite like this since I was in fucking primary school.
You're right about that.
And she is literally like, even that, like the little clip you had there, and she's like, was it rating my lookalikes or whatnot? And the way that she spoke and the comment, it reminded me of when I first moved down to Somerset when I was 7, and kids started, like a kid turned around and accused me of copying him because I had spiky hair. This was my second day of school. It was the exact same tone of voice from a 7-year-old throwing a temper tantrum because the kid had slightly similar hair to this. Like, you are grown adults.
I want to add to that is
what?
I want to add to that. Actually, if you really think about it, this is extremely sad because there's no one in her direct camp just calling her out. Like, yo, you're being a piece of shit.
Wait, we said this about Pink Sauce.
Yeah, said this about Pink Sauce, right? If there was someone in her camp that went to her like, yo, I don't think
but everybody's getting the benefits and paid, so they don't want to rock
it's
the
one
boat.
of those things too where I feel like on some level she's probably conscious of that fact, but at the same time understands that she has a child audience that
and that's bigger.
Actually appealing to.
See, I've got a little bit of a prediction.
She thinks she's bigger than the truth.
Based on some of her past history, wouldn't be beyond her.
Well, this leads me on to
allegedly
got a bit of like a prediction. You know, like the whole Illuminaughti. Illuminaughti. Is it?
Yeah.
Blair, what's her face?
Blair, yeah.
Like,
she had like some controversy with It started from typefaces. I remember that much about it.
It started with Legal. I remember that there was something to do with like the paper rip.
Something about his editor, like wanted something to know from her editor.
Which I mean, for the record, I have that paper rip transition.
Yeah.
Like everyone has that paper rip transition thing.
It's a basic After Effects thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can get it online for free. You know.
Wait. She was accusing someone of stealing a
transition.
A editing stock editing transition.
Yes, from how I understand.
The way I understand,
I remember much better.
The way I understand it was like his editor hit up her editor asking about something he did, and it was extrapolated into like
he wanted it for a personal project. He wanted it for a personal project he was doing himself, not for the Legal channel. I remember that much, and then it just blew massively out of proportion, and then lots of extra little things started coming out of the woodwork, and it's still ongoing. but I think this is going to go in a similar kind of way.
All right, I need to wrap it up here because I got to piss real bad.
Yo, me too.
but I do listen. There's this. I don't think this saga is ending anytime soon. I just really wanted to cover this because I know you've been a victim of copying before. I've been a victim of copying before, and I've copied somebody. It's not going to end. The story is not yet written. Did I just fucking quote a Natasha Bedingfield song? That song's a good song. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
The rest is left unwritten.
Yeah, I did.
What happens a lot,
That's one of my favorite songs, actually.
I love that song.
What happens a lot to me, actually, now that I think about it, like sometimes like someone on TikTok or wherever will cover a story that I've already covered, and I'll have like my viewers like tag me, be like, hey, this guy like stole your content. And it's like, he didn't steal my content. He's just talking about a thing that I talked about already. Like that's not like, I don't own this knowledge. It's just like out there in the world.
Same thing happened to me. There's another chef out there. Shout out to James Makinson. He was doing same reactions to the same videos I did. People were trying to start fucking drama. I put out a video like clearly addressing it. Like, listen, I watched the guy's videos and he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Some people got really spiteful about it.
Yeah, it's like you guys will like react to the same videos, but you have different takes.
Yes.
So it's not like it's the same video again.
I think I mentioned in my video that there are things that he points out that I didn't even think of. You know, so like, listen, it's not copying, and like I agree with you. It's not in that scenario. It's not copying. It just happened to be the same video.
If you copy and make it better, is it now your own?
It depends on what that entails.
Yeah, it depends on what that entails.
Kind of thing.
Right? Is it better because you use better cameras and lighting and stuff like that? But it's the literal same thing, shot for shot, or are you talking about like you took the same basis, but you expanded the knowledge, or you did a better job, made it funnier somehow, or made it more dramatic somehow, right? That I think there's a difference in that as well. If you take something shot for shot and made it better just by better lighting and video equipment and such, I think that is plagiarism, right? That's straight up copy. But if you do something and it just so happens to be the same premise, the same topic, but you guys go in different areas, like that's I don't think that's copy.
Well, until there's like, trademark or copyrights or anything like that in this world, same as food, it's not going to get solved.
Yeah. But I think
that's... Unlike music and writing and all that stuff.
But ultimately, I think cream rises to the top, no matter what, at the end of the day. And if someone's going to get defeated by the fact someone copied them...
Is that more ding-dong sauce?
If someone gives up because they got discouraged that someone copied them and they're performing better than them, then you a little bitch and you deserve to fall down. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Fair.
All right?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
All right, great. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we all made as much as we did making it. I'm Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef.
Frenchy.
Justin Whang.
Jordan.
And we'll see y'all really soon. Feastie Boy segment. Cue the music, Jordan.
Fuck yes. I cannot wait to piss and eat.